Oh, yes. On your own.
A volunteer light a candle? Just this one. Anyone else? One more candle. Please sit down. Sit down. Okay, before we start our chanting today, we have a special blessing ceremony for birthdays. As you know, that we like to, take the opportunity to extend our loving kindness to all our beloved members, our friends. So today we have two great people who are having birthdays in this week. So I would like to invite our beloved Kema and also our beloved Melissa. Please come forward and we will like to do this chant for you. Can I go to each? Okay, with this, not now, later. Yeah. So it's a great opportunity for all of us to, extend our loving kindness. So Melissa, we really appreciate your coming and your loving kindness you have been sharing with our community. Although you were not here last few months, but we know that you have us in your mind. You always check on us and find out. So we really want to wish you a great year, and may this year bring you a pace of your life full of joy and growth and success and happiness. And we love to see you more, and may you have all the blessings for that, and may you complete your studies and your training and everything really well. May this year be a great year for you with the blessings of the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Yeah. And also, we need to especially extend our blessings to K Ma, and because she's the one actually who reminds me the birthdays of other people. So if I forget, so today we got the opportunity to wish her birthday. She has been always, reminding me, preparing cards and everything, and we are deeply grateful, for that compassion, kindness, that you are sharing with our community, and everyone has deep appreciation for you, Kay, and you brought so much, growth, so much warmth to our community. So we're deeply, deeply grateful for that. So today, especially, we want to wish you more good health, more healing, and more strength to your body and mind. And I know that you have a big heart, and you always ask me to bless, chant for many people. Like every week, we have someone that you like to chant and pray. So I wish that may you have more good health, more physical strength to help many. So maybe you bless with good health. So with that wish, we will chant. May you be blessed with wisdom and compassion. Just like this candle light, that is a representation of the wisdom, and the beautiful blossom flowers is a representation of compassion. So may you grow in your wisdom and compassion by the power of the great blessings that we are chanting. May you both be blessed, be well, happy, successful, and peaceful. Bhavatu sabbha mangalang rakkantu sabbha devata sabbha buddhanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te bhavatu sabbha mangalang rakkantu sabbha devata Sabb Dhammanubhavene Sada Sutti Bhavantu Te Bhavatu Sabb Mangalang Rakkantu Sabb Devata Sabb Sanghanubhavene Sada Sutti Bhavantu Te. Yeah, let everyone touch. Let's go from here. Wish them happy birthday. Being very, very healthy.
Thank you. Everybody out there on YouTube.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's do our chanting, a regular chanting before our meditation. Please turn to page 5 of our chanting book. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. The three refuges. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Next page. 5 precepts. Pānāti pātā vēremani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi, adinnādāna vēremani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi, kāmesu micchācārā vēremani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi, musāvādā vēremani sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi, Suramiraya majja pamadattāna vēremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. On the opposite page, let's read the affirmative vows. Being aware of the suffering caused by the distraction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha. Iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Vijja charana sampanno sugato lokavidu Anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati sattha deva manussanang buddho bhagavati. Homage to the Dhamma. Swakhato bhagavata dhammo Sanditiko akaliko ehi passiko okanaiko pancatang veditabbo vinyuhiti. Homage to the Sangha. Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyayapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samici patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yabidang chattari purisa yugani Ante purisa punggala Isa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuniyo pahuniyo Dakkiniyo anjali karaniyo Anutterang punyak ketang lokatsati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Offerings. Offering of light. Ganesarak paditene dipene tamadang sina tiloka dipang sambuddhang pujayami tamonudang. Offering of incense. Gandha sambhara yuktene dupenahang sugandhina pujaye pujaniyang tang puja bhajana muttamang. Offering of flowers. Vannagandha gunopetang etang kusuma santating pujayami munindassa siripada saroruhi pujemi buddhang kusumena nena punyena metena labami mokkang umpang milayati yatai dhammi ayo tatayati vinasa bhavam. Offering of water. Adhivasetu no bante paniyang parikampitang anukampang upadaya patigan hatu uttama. Offering of drinks. Adhivasetu no bante gilana pancayang imang anukampang upadaya patigan hatu uttama. Worship of shrines. Vandami cetiyang sabbang sabbethani supatittitang saririka dhatu mahabodhing buddha rupang sakalang sada. Sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Wish of well-being. Ijjiva maccan namasse niyang namasse mano rate natte yang punyabhi sandhang vipulang alantang tansano bhavi hatante rayo. Reflections on the teachings of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made adi.
If one speaks or acts with a view, happiness follows like one's own shadow. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief.
Mind made adi.
If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent action towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like a linchpin in a moving car. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities as the smith removes the rust from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened, and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees with this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees with this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees with this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, let us practice our loving kindness meditation and meditation on breathing. This is the time that we fully dedicate ourselves to look after our mind and take care of our mind. And our mind is full of wholesome potentials. A lot of good seeds are in our mind. And if you water them, feed them, those wholesome seeds will grow, flourish. And right now, it is an opportunity for us to recognize these wholesome seeds and then water them and then let them blossom, flourish and blossom. So let us take this opportunity to practice and grow, cultivate our loving kindness, the wholesome capacity we all have, and also practice and grow our skill of mindfulness, our ability to be aware of our own mind and body. Rejoice this moment that we all were able to find the time and come here for this practice. It's a great gift that you are giving to yourself. So rejoice this moment, rejoice this opportunity, and make a determination that I will engage in this meditation wholeheartedly. I will dedicate myself. I will do a committed practice. Make that determination now. With that determination, listen to the sound of the bell and to the chant and gather your attention to this moment. And keep gathering your attention and settle yourself in this moment. Feel your body. Let us relax our body at this moment, allowing all the muscles in the body to loosen up. This is a good opportunity, good moment. We can invite our body to release whatever tightness, tension it may carry. Throughout the day, we have been given burdens and pressure to this whole body. Now we can invite our whole body to completely relax. We can use our breath to loosen up all the muscles and all different areas of the body. You may lengthen your breath. Take a slow, very gentle, slow, long breath. And when you release the breath very slowly, allow your belly to drop to the front. And in your next deep, slow in-breath, when you're releasing that air slowly, allowing your chest to drop, relax. Each breath, we will keep relaxing, releasing, and loosening our whole body. With this relaxed body, let us now bring our whole attention to our mind itself. Simply watch. What are the thoughts? What are the memories that are coming to our mind? In this peaceful, calm moment, you may have less thoughts, but it's still possible. There are some other thoughts keep popping up. Closely notice those thoughts and memories without developing them any further. We will simply notice them, watch them. These various random thoughts keep occurring. But right now, we are not going to entertain any of these thoughts. We are now going to purposely generate a wholesome thought, a wholesome quality, loving kindness. The loving kindness is one of the most wholesome qualities in our mind. That whole, the beautiful blossomed, that wholesome loving kindness is lying in our heart like a seed. Let us allow that loving kindness come to the surface. And we will allow that loving kindness to manifest. Let us open our heart. Loving kindness is the goodwill towards all living beings. It is the friendliness, universal friendliness. It is the genuine wish of well-being. Let us generate that friendliness, that goodwill, that willingness for everyone to be well. No matter what happened in the day, no matter what happened in our recent past, we will let go of all the judgments, reservations, and simply generate this wholesome wish of well-being to us all. Let us open our mind and unconditionally caring and wishing all living beings. Just like when we see a little baby, a little baby, or just like when we see a little flower, or a puppy or kitten, or any other little creature. And how open is our heart with readiness to care, willingness to support. Let us generate that kind of openness, warmth in our heart. We will make a genuine wish of well-being with that warmth, with that openness to all living beings. We will keep wishing well-being to all beings again and again. But let us start with ourselves. Just like any other being, this person sitting here also deserves this loving kindness. Let us direct that loving kindness to ourselves, just like we have that openness, caring attitude towards a baby, a little creature. Let us have the same caring, loving attitude towards ourselves, to this living organism here. Let us make a nice, wholesome wish. Repeat these wishes in your mind. May this person sitting here be well, be healthy, be peaceful. May I be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us take a moment to radiate this loving kindness to this whole body. all these organs, all these systems of this body have been helping us for many years to live this precious life. Let us take a moment to be thankful to all these organs and systems of the body, and genuinely wish well-being and healing to each part of the body. May these lungs and whole respiratory system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this heart, cardiac muscles, the whole cardiovascular system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this digestive system, all the organs in this whole digestive system be well, be healthy, be healed. May these kidneys and whole genitourinary system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this nervous system, the spinal cord, the brain stem, middle brain, the frontal lobe, the whole nervous system be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. May all these sensory organs and whole sensory system be well, be healthy, be healed. May all these bones and all these joints and all these muscles throughout the body. Be well, be healthy, be healed. Let us now radiate this loving kindness beyond ourselves to everyone else, wholeheartedly, wishing all others the well-being, peace. Let us extend this wish to all the beloved people in our life, all the loving people in our family, friends, colleagues. May all these beloved people in our life be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us expand this wish beyond those loving people to all other people living area. May all people living around us right now, may all these good friends sitting with us in this room, let us wish for one another. May all these spiritual friends, including monks, be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let's expand this wish beyond this room to all people living in this whole surrounding area. May all people living in this whole neighborhood and beyond this neighborhood in all other neighboring neighborhoods, may all of them be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us keep expanding our wish as wide as we can and extend and radiate our wish as far as we can to embrace as many people as we can to our wish. Expand your wish to all people living in faraway places, people living in faraway states, faraway countries. May they all, may all people who are going through difficult times right now Let us include all these people who are suffering, who are in pain. May all of them be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let's expand this wish beyond human beings to all other living beings, all animals, from tiny ones to large ones. May all those animals living everywhere throughout this nature, may they all receive our loving kindness. May they all be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. Let us keep expanding this wish to embrace all life forms in this universe. Whatever life forms there may be, large, medium, or small, may all living beings, each and every living organism, without exception, be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. With this limitless love, radiate into every direction, embracing all beings. Because richer is this wholesome state of the mind. Maintaining this wholesomeness, we will now gently bring our whole attention to our breath. Let us use our breath as an anchor, as a resting place for our mind to settle here and experience deep levels of calmness. In this peaceful, calm moment, we can notice the movement of the air through our nose, how the air is touching the inner walls of our nose, how it goes behind our throat, and how changes are happening in the body, in subtle changes are happening with the in-breath and out-breath. You can feel the touch sensation of the air in the upper lips. Explore those sensations. Let us be with these sensations. For next few minutes, let us keep coming back to our breath and stay with the breath. These last few minutes, give your full effort to be with your breath and rest with your breath. dukkha patacca nidukkha bhayapantacca nibbhaya sukapantacca nisukha hontu sabbepi panino. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of your meditation. Gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. Let us take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have peaceful meditation in our life. Let us feel grateful to all great teachers and enlightened masters in the past who passed this wisdom from generation to generation. Feel grateful to whoever helped and supported your meditation practice tonight. Feel grateful to whoever people who allow these facilities to maintain in this place. And feel grateful even to these non-living things which helped your meditation, including this cushion, this chair, this bell, and this device that help you to connect to meditation from home. With deep gratitude, let us say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, everyone. Yes.
Two things. Usually this doesn't happen to me, but every once in a while, so it's meditating, I feel like I have to swallow all the time.
Mm.
And I try to put my tongue on the upper part of my mouth. Like tonight, I just have to swallow. Can I do that?
Salo.
To swallow?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes we get that, it's, I think when we become conscious about that, you feel more of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe, it's, sometimes it depends, maybe, it's related to, anxiousness, yeah. And so it's maybe not any issue with the meditation, maybe, what may be going on in our normal life, that this could be an indication.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, it's like an effort, effort to like settle down, but our body needs, yeah, more attention. If that happens, we just notice and observe, and if we if we feel like, but we can, yeah. The point is that how we can attend to it, and then at the same time not to be like preoccupied by it.
Right.
So like how we can bring our attention to loving kindness, or breathing, and let the body to be. So that's a little bit challenge. Initially we can freely allow it and swallow it and make everything liquid, moisturized. And then we try to we have to pay more focused attention onto the details of the breath, or maybe having more more intense kind of loving kindness feeling. So then then
Then my second question is, before we meditate, we do the chanting. And sometimes I call it, like, there's two kinds of hearing. There's like the hearing that you hear outside your body, and even my voice is heard outside. And then internal hearing. And I'm not talking about talking to yourself, but it's like sometimes my voice, I hear it from inside. And it happens when I'm chanting.
Hmm.
And is that something that we want? Because it seems more peaceful. I hear it from inside. But do I want to encourage that or not?
yes, I'm just thinking what makes you feel peaceful?
Not relaxing.
Which one, when you
Oh,
sometimes you listen to the chant, like you just listen, relax and listen to chant, so you can do that.
mhm.
And for us, sometimes, when we, we also switch that, sometimes when we chant like a blessing chant together, so we want to like, resonate and,
Right.
and chant together. So in the first few minutes, we try to listen to the other and try to like come to, like harmonious chanting.
Where it seems like when I feel like I'm in harmony, that's when it feels like, then I hear it more like inside.
Yeah.
As opposed to outside.
Mm. So at the beginning, and
Sounds like experience.
so your point is that which one you want to focus. Oh,
Yeah, I
What's-
like the inside hearing, but it doesn't happen as often as, every day hearing.
you can try to switch. I mean, we do it, so once we harmonize at the beginning, and then we focus our own voice, and you can try to like switch. Maybe at the beginning you can try to switch, listen to other voices and listen to your own voice, and then eventually you can see like even voice coming from your mouth, even like in sounds happening in your teeth is touching each other, all this other sound that is not voice but sounds.
Okay.
There are other sounds happening, in our throat, in our vocal cord, in our tongue. Any other thoughts or suggestion or sharing?
Just that, like, maybe with the language of poly language, this might be hard for people, but like when you do the chanting, you kind of listen with your heart a little bit more. I guess if that's the experience you're feeling, you get the experience of, like you say, like the experience in your heart, your heart, because it's loving kindness vibration, very peaceful.
And the chanting is inexplicably tied to the breath too.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if hearing your voice from within is relaxing, go with it. Go with what works.
Okay, talking about chanting, we can talk about another disciple today, and who is quite responsible for preserving the teachings for us to chant. Yeah. So during these 3 months, rain retreat period, we have been learning about different disciples of the Buddha, early disciples of the Buddha, who actually, created this, Buddhist community in that very early period, who followed the teachings of the Buddha, who became enlightened like the Buddha, and then they were like early, what do you call, called framers, right? Yeah, founders, yeah. So actually, the monk that today we are going to talk about is called Maha Kassapa. Maha means great, Kassapa is his name. There are many other monks also with the same name. So in order to distinguish, this Kassapa, we call him Maha Kassapa, great Kassapa. And he's literally known as the father of monks. Of course, Buddha is the father of everyone, but you will understand why, traditionally he's called father of monks, because he played a very, very important role after the passing away of the Buddha. Together with Venerable Ananda, we just learned, last week. So Venerable Mahakassapa, he has a very interesting story, the way he met the Buddha. Actually, since his childhood, he was born into a very wealthy family. His father was a very wealthy person. He's even like, controlling or ruling certain part of the, the land under the, auspices of the king. But very early age, he had a whole different interest. He didn't have any interest for sensual pleasures. And that was how he felt, since like a very strange or different, child, different youth. So when he was growing up, and of course, his parents, asked him to get married, but he was not that interested because he thought that will be a injustice to the person I'm marrying, because I'm not interested in any sensual enjoyment. So it looks like he had that tendency because of his training he had in his previous lives. So he has kind of transcended much of his, need for sensual, enjoyment. But his parents kept, asking him, and then according to the story, he really didn't want to get married, but because they asked, actually he created an image, like a perfect, beautiful image of a girl, saying that if you really find me someone like this, I will get married, otherwise I will not get married. Thinking that they will not be able to find such a refined, image. But parents are so, keen, and so they took that, the image that he made. He actually created, image. It's a beautiful image. So they took that image and traveled all over the, continent. Actually, to his surprise, they found one. They found one, and so then they proposed, okay, now we found one, we have to marry. When he talked to that girl, interestingly, girl also had the same interest. Means that she is also not planning to get married. She also has no interest in a family life or intimate life. They thought that this is perfect because we can please our parents, and we can help each other and live non-sensual life together. That's what they did actually. The more details about how actually they did it, but today is no time to explain everything. So they actually finally got together, but they were supporting each other. They had such a supportive life, but not intimate, but very supportive life for their own spiritual practice. Their goal was, we will support each other until our parents pass away. When our parents are gone, we will both become ascetics. Because during that time, ascetic lifestyle was an option, and people can become ascetics, and it is a well accepted option at that time. So they decided, we will become ascetics when parents are gone. So that's what they did. So they lived for many years, until their parents passed away, and then and once they passed away, and they decided, okay, but actually there was also one interesting experiences occurred to them, and they own big lot of lands, and one day Venerable Kassapa was not, I mean, at that time, this man, his name was Pippali, right? Name was Pippali before he became monk, and he noticed that in his own ground field, people are cultivating. He saw that whenever they till the ground, and the worms in the and they come out, and then the birds are flying all over, and they watch and they come and eat those worms. He has been seeing this earlier too, but on that day it it really concerned him and gave him kind of insight. The world, the beings rely on each other, and they have to eat other beings to live. And it's not, and I mean, he's thinking about this is horrific, like this whole existence, because you have to kill, you have to eat other living beings to live in this whole food chain. So he was kind of disgusted and quite disappointed, and really wanted to find a way to is there any meaning to this life if every living more living beings are living on each other. So he decided that now actually it's time for me to find the meaning of the life, and he decided I will inform my wife, and then and I will leave. On the same day, wife also at home, and she was drying some grains, and when she put some grains on the under the sun, and there was some small bugs in this grain, they were coming out, and she want to clean those grains, and as soon as these bugs are coming out, birds come and eat them. She also had the same feeling, and this is I had to find the meaning behind this, and is this what is the meaning of life. So when they both came, and when they have a discussion, they had a similar experience on that day, so they all decided to become ascetics. They gave away all their properties to all the people in that village, and then they left. And so they were now still working together, and so but they come to a junction, and they decided that this spiritual journey we have to do by oneself. So maybe we can help each other if you find some teaching, but now it is time for us to separate. So they have been helping each other all the while. When they come to that junction, they decided, I'm thankful for your support. Let us be thankful, but let us now have separate journeys, because we have more greater chance, opportunity to find, the spiritual journey. So they departed two different ways. So Venerable Pippali, I mean the young youth, this Pippali went to Rajagaha, that direction, and what's the name of the Kapilani. She went to Savatthi, two different directions. And so Buddha was actually living in Rajagaha. So it took, actually both became later disciples of Buddha, but it took a longer time for Kapilani to become a disciple of the Buddha. But before that, they were already ascetics. They were already looking for, searching for teachers. So we went to the direction of Rajagaha, and actually on his way, actually he met the Buddha in the middle of the road, I mean, in the midway. Buddha was also walking towards that direction. They met along the road. As soon as Kassapa saw the Buddha, and he had a sense that this could be my teacher, because when he renounced, he has no teacher, but he has some goal. I will find this path. So there was interesting discussion happen between them at the very early beginning, and as Buddha was showing that actually we can transcend this earthly being by developing our mind, and going beyond our sensory, experiences. So that discussion really, proved him that this would be the good time for me to become a disciple of the Buddha. So they started to practice, and so Venerable, then he became Venerable Kassapa. And it's interesting that so when he was traveling with the Buddha, and the Buddha wanted to rest, then now he's coming back to the city Rajagaha, and the Buddha wanted to rest, and he went away from the path, and he wanted to sit down on the tree. So he was wearing a robe, a kind of patched work, and he had extra robe that we use as a blanket to actually fold his robe and prepare for the Buddha to sit down. So when Buddha sit down, Buddha said that, oh, this is quite soft, and this is comfortable, it's very soft. And he said that, oh, Venerable Sir, I would like to offer this robe to you. And Buddha said that, then what you wear? And so please give me your one. And Buddha said that to, oh, my robe, can you wear this hempen, worn out rag robe of mine? And he said, certainly, Venerable Sir, it is an honor for me. So they exchanged their robe. So Kassapa, because he's newly, renounced, he had like a new robe. And Buddha has been wearing that robe for a number of years. So it looks like his robe was quite worn out, rag robes. And so they exchanged the robe. So that's an interesting moment, as Buddha hasn't exchanged his robe with anyone else, but this time they exchanged the robe. So the Venerable Kassapa was wearing the Buddha's old robe, and Buddha took his new robe. And it's a very symbolic, moment, because later, actually, when Buddha passed away, Venerable Kassapa was the one key disciple who was still alive at that time, because many of the disciples were older than the Buddha, including Venerable Sariputta, Moggallana we talked about. So later, actually, he had that responsibility to organize everything to preserve the teaching of the Buddha. Anyway, so that was an interesting moment. And Venerable Kassapa, because he was already an ascetic before he come to the Buddhist practice, and he was quite interested in following very strict discipline. And in addition to monks' monastic discipline, there are 13 other additional ascetic practices that you can practice if you wish. They're not required, but you can practice, like eating only once a day, and not living in a sheltered house, but only living under a tree, and then only eat after begging. You can observe those. Follow those observances if you wish, as a way to counter your desires. But it's not required. But he's quite interested in following those additional practices. So he's become very good in that. But he was also become such a contented monk. So within a short period of time, he was able to follow that the advice of the Buddha, and then he became very good in meditation. And very quickly able to attain the higher states of calmness, what you call jhana, and even from jhana to he attained what we call immaterial jhana. And very quickly he was able to attain, and then he developed this skill that he is able to achieve these things. After a while, he becomes so skillful, he'll be able to achieve these states very quickly. Because it takes a while for you to calm your mind and get into that mode and go deeper and deeper levels. But he becomes so skillful in this, he can very quickly go into those higher deep levels of states, and then eventually he became enlightened. But he physically he had a body structure, the nature of his body, quite similar to the Buddha himself. Because we know that Buddha had special marks in his body. We call altogether 32 marks at the birth. And some of the marks are also, marked in these statues too. But the statues were made, after, Buddha passed away, many hundred years after Buddha passing away. But you see there are 32 special marks, including the hair around, curly hair and right in the middle of his forehead, and then his wide shoulders, and then his hands are quite long, and all I mean there are 32 special physical marks. Venerable Kasyapa had 7 of them. Therefore, he looks quite similar to the Buddha. And there were some instances, some lay followers mistook Venerable Kasyapa as the Buddha. So, and he also observed those strict practices, that he doesn't live in a monastery; he lives in the forest under a tree, and most of the time he was living in the mountains. Therefore, he was not really always with the Buddha, and maybe he would like be away from the Buddha. Maybe he looks like the Buddha. And because he also like observe that strict practice, that he will not live in a monastery, and therefore most of the time he lived in the mountains. He was a forest dweller, and there were also disciples followed him also. So he had such a very strict disciplinary life, and also living in the forest. But he will visit the Buddha, and there are important discussions happen. He's also started to teach other newcomers, and he will teach them especially discipline, and the Venerable Sariputta and other monks will teach them the doctrine, and he will teach them the discipline. And then even after enlightenment, he lived such a contented life, and he was satisfied with the little things, and like contentment, simplicity was his main virtues. So he lived such a life. Anyway, so, and many of the key disciples of the Buddha passed away during the time of the Buddha. So when Buddha passed away, Buddha did not appoint any person to be like next leader. Even Venerable Ananda, his assistant, once approached the Buddha, because Buddha declared that he will pass away in 3 months, well advanced. And then he asked, who will be, who will be the next, the leader? And Buddha said that, I didn't, act like a leader to you. And, and whatever teachings that I have given, whatever discipline I have, given to you, those will be my successor. So Buddha did not appoint a successor. Successor is his teachings and the discipline. So therefore, after Buddha passed away, so now when the disciples had any question, where they were to turn into the teachings, right? So they decided to come and organize a council to really collect and define and preserve the teachings of the Buddha, the discourse of the Buddha. So Venerable Kasyapa, and he is the one who actually did that, and he's also the one who actually played a very main role in the funeral ceremony of the Buddha. And Venerable all the monks waited until he comes back, because he was living in the far mountains, and they waited until he comes back to do the ceremony. And then after the ceremony, he decided that we had to have a council. So he informed everyone, in 3 months' time we will get together, and everybody who have direct teaching of the Buddha and who are already enlightened can come to that council. Who had the direct teaching of the Buddha and who has already enlightened. Venerable Ananda was not fully enlightened at that time, remember? And he had to work hard within 3 months to achieve enlightenment to be part of that council. So he presided that council, and then and organized the teachings of the Buddha, and also discipline recorded of the Buddha, and they organized into different collections, different categories, and assigned responsibility to different groups of monks to preserve them. So and today, actually, after the Buddha, his teachings were preserved because of that very important decision that they made, and very important steps they took. Otherwise, this teaching could have been lost long time ago. And so therefore, we are so grateful to those monks who actually preserved the teaching of the Buddha. And I'm going to read, he himself has also uttered poems, after his enlightenment, and explaining his, spiritual, joy. So there's a whole collection of those poems, but I'm going to read a few of them to help you to understand the kind of life he lived and kind of experience he had. Returning from daily round of arms, I mount again, rock and sits, because he climbed down from the mountain to collect arms and he go back. In meditation, wrapped, not clinging anywhere, far from he has put fear and dread. Returning from his daily rounds of arms, he mounts again the rock and sits in meditation, wrapped, not clinging anywhere. For him, among those that burn, is cool and still. These regions are delightful to my heart. When Kaveri creeper spreads its flowers' breaths, when sounds trumpet calls of elephants, these rocky heights delights my heart. These rocks with hue of dark blue clouds, where streams are flowing cool and crystal clear, with glow worms covered, shining bright, these rocky heights delight my heart. Like towering peaks of dark blue clouds, like splendid edifices are these rocks, where the birds' sweet voices fill the air, these rocky heights delight my heart. With glades refreshed by cooling rain, resounding with calls of crested birds, the cliffs resorted by seers, these rocky heights delight my heart. He loved to be in the mountain, among the trees, among these, clouds, among the elephants, and among these creatures. And he came back to the human habitation from time to time. After the Buddha's passing, we had to spend more time with humans, but most of the other time he was in the mountain. This is his, joy, how we enjoy the nature. So,
The extra things that he did,
extra
the extra
practices, yeah. Ascetic ascetic practices, yes.
would they be considered now?
Not necessarily. These are like extreme additional practices. Still, if monks would like to follow, they can do it. They are like optional practice as a way of countering certain defilements. Yeah. They're not secret, or they're not necessarily like, it's not about like, like overcoming duality. It is simply, countering the, defilements. Yeah. The more tantric practice is aiming at overcoming the duality. Actually, the Venerable Mahakashyapa is also considered by Zen tradition as their co-founder. Yes. If you go to Zen monastery, you will see statue of, Venerable Mahakashyapa. Because, in Zen tradition, they have this, lineage, the lineage is very important, different patriarchs. So who went to China is called Bodhidharma, and he is considered 24th patriarch. And then they trace their origin all the way to the Buddha, but because Zen tradition believe that there was a transmission of the teaching, non-verbal transmission of the teaching. And this is only found in the Zen sources. They believe that there was a flower sermon given by the Buddha. According to their sources, one day Buddha was holding a flower like this. Everyone is curious what Buddha is doing. Venerable Mahakashyapa smiled. That was a transmission of the teaching, non-verbal transmission of the teaching. So Zen tradition believe that words are limited, and you have to communicate through non-verbal means. Anyway, so they believe that after the Buddha, the Zen transmission was transferred to Venerable Kashyapa, and from there to other disciples, and all the way to Bodhidharma, who went to China, and then continued that tradition all the way.
That was the Zen practices are a little bit more formal and more strict. I don't want to say,
Yeah, little.
strict's not the language I'm using.
Yeah, the formal. Yeah, a little formal. Yeah. I don't know if that anything. Yeah, maybe due to the Mahakashapa, right? Yeah, maybe. But it's also the Zen tradition also was also enriched by Confucian tradition in China. In Confucian tradition, things are very ordered and Okay, so these days we are studying these life stories, so we don't have much time to discuss. But I hope that will inspire you, learning about those disciples. Okay, let us move to the other part of the program today. That is sharing merits. Today, by coming here, doing this practice together, we generate so much good energy, good merits in our heart. Now it is time for us to share these merits with everyone else. First of all, let us recall to our mind our departed relatives, our ancestors. May they share our merits, may they benefit from our merits, and may all of our departed relatives be well, happy and peaceful wherever they be. Idang mi ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhitā huntu ñātayo. Idang mi ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhitā huntu ñātayo. Idang mi ñātīnaṃ hotu sukhitā huntu ñātayo. Sharing merits with all other living beings. If there's any being in this world who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. May all living beings share our merits. May all living beings be well, happy, and Ettavata ce amhi sambhatam punya sampradam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe sattva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this awesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this awesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until attaining Nibbana. Purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determine to be. We will now do this blessing chant, wishing you all good health, peace, and happiness. And we are going to chant the Loving Kindness Sutra. And this particular sutra was given by the Buddha with great compassion for living beings. We will chant the same sutra for you now. Today, especially, we want to extend our blessings to Kay, wishing you a very, very happy birthday and good health. And also to Melissa, wishing you a great year ahead. May both of you receive these blessings. And may all of you also receive these blessings. And may you also recall to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with, your family members, people who are sick. Recall them to your mind and share these blessings with them too. May all of you receive these blessings. May all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතු අරහතු සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස කරණීය මත්ත කුසලේන යන්තං සන්තං පදං අபிසමිච්ඡ සංඝෝ ජෝච සෝජෝච සුවචෝ චස්ස මුදු අනතිමානි සන්තෝසකෝච සුභරෝච අප්පකිච්ඡෝච සල්ලහුක බුද්ධි සංසිං නිපකෝච අප්පගම්බෝ කුලේසු අනනුගින්දෝ නච කුද්ධං සමාචරේ කිංචේන විඤ්ඤෝ පරේ උපවදෙය්‍යං සුඛිනෝ වාකේමිනෝ හොන්තු සබ්බේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතත්තා ඒකේචිපාන භූතත්ති තසාවාතාවරාවා අනවසේසාදීඝාවායි මහන්තාවා මජ්ජිමාරස්සකානුකතුලාදිත්තාවායේව අද්දිත්තායේච දුරේ වසන්ති අවිදුරේ භූතාවා සංභවීසීවා සබ්බේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතත්තාන පරෝ පරං නිකුම්බේත නාති මඤ්ඤේත කත්ත චිනං කංචේ භාරෝසනා පටිග සංඥාඤ්ඤමඤ්ඤස්ස දුක්ඛ මිච්ඡේය මාතායතානියං පුත්තං ආයුසා ඒක පුත්ත මනුරක්ඛේ එවං සබ්බ භූතේසු මාන සංභාවයේ අපරිමාණං මෙත්තං ච සබ්බ ලෝකස්මින් මාන සංභාවයේ අපරිමාණං උද්ධං අදෝච තිරියං අසංවාදං අවේරං අසපත්තං වෙත්තං චරං නිසින්නෝ වාසයානෝ වායාව තස්ස විගද මිද්දෝ ඒතං සතින් අවිත්තේ බ්‍රහ්මමේතං විහාරං ඉදමාහෝති අනුපගන්න සීලවා දස්සනේන සම්පන්නෝ කාමේසු විනය්‍යගේ ධම්මහි ජාතු ගබ්බසෙයං පුනරේති යේතේන සච්චවජ්ජේන සොන්ති දේහෝතු සම්පදායේතේන සච්චවජ්ජේන සම්බරෝගෝ විනස්සතු ඒතේන සච්චවජ්ජේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං සම්බේතියෝ විවජ්ජන්තු සම්බ රෝගෝ විනස්සතු මාතේ භවත්වන්තරායු සුඛී දීඝායුකෝ භව භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ බුද්ධානුභාවේ සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්칸තු සබ්බ දේවතා සබ්බ සංඝානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ. Let us spend a moment of reflection. Try to recall to your mind whatever good, kind deed that you were able to do during your past few days. Any moment, any opportunity where you were kind to someone, you helped someone, you listened to someone. Just recall such a kind deed. Let us rejoice this opportunity to be kind to others. On this day or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, year before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, and glad to share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in freeing my heart. Let us now recall to our mind whatever kindness we receive from others. Think about an incident in your day today or yesterday or a few days ago that someone helped you, someone was kind to you. Recall such a wholesome incident. Let us rejoice the goodness of others. On this day or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people and follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. May the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me and many living beings. Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much for being here today, and also appreciate those who join our YouTube. Really appreciate your effort to meditate from home. It is not easy. We really appreciate your effort. Thank you very much. And yes, September 7th is our food festival, so please help us to spread the word. There are some flyers over there. If you like, bring them, and bring your families, bring your friends. It's a good opportunity. So look forward. Huh?
And
Come hungry, yes. Thank you. That's September 7th. And this Sunday is our Dhamma camp for children. We are getting ready and going to be exciting event. Going to be challenging too. Yeah. So from 9 to 5 o'clock. Okay, so please come to have blessing strings. And first